Hi, I'm Lisa Hunt. Welcome to my studio. My first collaboration is with Ann Sachs for their Made collection. Basically, I'm a printmaker. Screen printing is my medium of choice. I was always creative as a kid. I went to Pratt Institute and studied graphic design. I was an art director. Well, I started off as a graphic designer, art director, and then eventually became a creative director. And I did that for about 20 years. I left my full-time position, which some people thought I was a little crazy for doing that at the time. Decided to just, let my curiosity and interest kind of guide me. Deciding to change your career can be really difficult, to say the least. I had a lot of doubts. I had, a lot of questioning myself. But originally, I was really interested in textiles and was going to start a textile company. And so I had kind of created these motifs. I still use them in my work, taking simple shapes like arrows, the infinity symbol. And I always knew that I wanted gold to be a part of whatever I was doing. I think I'm just drawn to it instinctively. It's beautiful, for all the qualities that it has. I started screen printing with metallic gold inks. It just wasn't the gold I imagined in my mind. The gold wasn't gold enough. And I kept trying to add more metallics to it. It was a challenge. My husband, he said, well, why don't you try gold leaf? Much trial and error, some Googling for sure. And I found this product that I still use now that allowed me to screen print the adhesive and control it. You put that 24 karat gold on it and it just becomes something else. And it's really beautiful and it doesn't get old. I always kind of knew I wanted to do tile. I think that the repeat patterns in my work kind of lend themselves to be recreated in tile. The opportunity to work with Ann Sachs came about and super excited. I've always thought of the brand as being really inspiring. The collection is named after my mother, Asha Hunt. My mother was such an important figure in my life in terms of really nurturing my creativity from a very early age. It seemed like a fitting tribute to name the collection after her. I gathered some work together that I thought would be appropriate for the collaboration. I created a print called Love and Arrows, where I took a Art Deco font and kind of reimagined it as a repeat pattern. And that's included in the collection. And I was really, really pleasantly surprised when Dee Dee and her team decided to create the love tile. It's a word, it's very, very specific. When I opened the box of tile samples and I saw it and I was so excited. I was just so excited. That's actually one of my favorite tiles in the collection is the love. The colors that we did choose are colors that I do use in my own work. There was a conversation that I had with Dee Dee. I was like, Dee Dee, where's the gold? We gotta have the gold. And she was like, Ann Sachs doesn't do a gold, but we have this great bronze and it's a metallic, and she had sent me samples of it and I did love it, absolutely. And I was like, well, what can we do to make it really signature to the collection? And she's like, we're gonna work with it and try to make it as intense of a metallic and bronze as we can. And so we came up, I think it's new bronze, metallic, and it's beautiful. It's really stunning. I think the color palette really brings the handmade quality to life. Some are matte, some have more of a shine to them. The glazes have more of a shine to them. I can imagine all of them in our house. The white that we have, it's like a white matte. For me, when I started playing with the actual tiles, I thought how amazing would it be to see, a whole powder room with the love tile in white, because it just becomes a piece of art. It's a sculptural relief, and I just think that the possibilities are endless. And I'm super excited to kind of see how the designers use them in their projects.